Yeah. Today we'll be discussing about the what is that? That is fiber channel SAN topologies. As you people know that what is the meaning of a topology? Topology is where you are trying to arrange the devices so that the transfer of the data is very easy. In the network also you have seen that there are various topologies such as the star topology, mesh topology, ring topology and the bus topology. These are all being used so that the transfer of the data between the various devices is being done fast. So if I have to say that the performance of the network has to be increased. The same way, even for the storage area networks also, especially for the fiber cable storage area networks, we also need to make sure that how I should arrange these hosts, the devices and the network so that the data transfer or the data storage is fast at the same time. So we have been having the two topologies. One is a mesh topology and the second one is core edge fabric. So the first one will discuss what is this mesh topology. As if you people remember in the network, the mesh topology where we are having the n number of the devices, right? So let me draw over here the devices. So I shall just draw in terms of the circle. This is one node, this is the another node. In the mesh topology, if you are very well aware, from one device you are trying to connect it to all other devices. So if this is the device number 1 and it is device number 2, this is 3 and you have here 4 and this is 5. Here you can check that device 1 is having a dedicated cable for the device 2, 3, 4, 5. And device 2 is connected with the dedicated cable to device number 5. It is connected to device number 4 and also it is connected to device number 3. And from the 3, if I take, it is to be connected to 4 and also it is to be connected to 5. And from the 4 again I need to connect it to 5. Now if you check this node number 4, it is connected to 3, it is connected to 2, it is connected to 1 and it is connected to 5. So here whenever the data transfer has to take place, it has to be connected to all the devices. Now the problem with this one is scalability. Now if I increase the number of the devices in this one, then obviously what happens is the cables that I need is also more. Okay, so for this purpose only the mesh topology had failed in the networks. So this type of the topology is not much used, but even that is applied even in the storage area also. There are the two types of the mesh topology. One is the full mesh and the second one is the partial mesh. Partial in the sense he tells here the devices are not completely connected. Partial. When I'm saying it as a full mesh, that means each and every device is connected to the another device. So that one we shall see in the next diagrams. Here is the diagram, you can check here. Yeah, this is the diagram. If you have a look over this one, at present here, this is the server what we have been having and this is the storage array. You can check here the devices, that is the switch devices which are used between to transfer the data from the server to the storage array. Now you can check here, this is, let us assume this is to be as a switch number 1 and this is switch number 2, this is switch number 3 and this is switch number 4. Okay. Now if you check, switch 1 is completely connected to 2, it is having a dedicated link to 3 and also it is having dedicated link to 4. Now if you check from the 2, already it is existing a link to the 1. So no need to check. We have a dedicated link to 3 and also we have a dedicated link to 4. Now if I have to check from the switch number 3, already it is existing link to dedicated node 2 and it is existing for node 1 and also it is existing here for the node number 4. That means if I have to say here, each and every switch is connected to another switch, or I can say each and every switch is connected to all the other switches in the network itself. So I call this as the full mesh. So please remember, it is called as a full mesh. Now in the second diagram, if you check here also, you are having a server, you are having the storage array, and you have these switches. So let me label the switches as 1, and this is second, this is a third, and this is fourth. Now if I try to check, are they completely linked or they are partially, what is the way the cables are being connected? Now one is connected to 2, one is not connected to 3, but here the connection was establishing, so it has not been connected, and it is connected to switch number 4. That means I am not having a link between the switch 1 and 3, and I am not having the link between the switch 2 and 4. So I can say that they are not completely connected, so hence the name is called as the partial array. Okay, now please remember, they both are having the advantages and the disadvantages. Now for example, if the server wants to transfer a data from the switch number 1 directly to switch number 3 and store it, it has to pass via the switch number 4 and then reach to switch number 3. So this, the data has to be taken place, which might be what you say, the throughput again it is going to decrease. But here what was being there from the switch number 1, if I note it down like this, if it is from the switch 1 directly to the switch number 3, and then the data is being stored in the storage array. So here the traffic was less, but here the traffic is going to be more. Okay, so these are the advantages and disadvantages of the mesh topology. Moving on to the next one, is the second one is called as a core edge topology. As I said, in the mesh topology, each and every switch and the host are being connected to one another or may not be completely connected. So what we call it as a partial mesh. The second topology is called as core edge topology. So when I say it as a core edge, there are two terms. One is core topology and the second one is edge topology, combining together, which forms a hybrid core edge topology. Now in this one, what has been there, it is all consisting of the edge and the core switches. When I say edge topology, in this one what it is having, it is having the switches, it is having it can add more number of the host, and it can also what you say, switch between the core tier. When I'm saying a core, then I'm using the directors. Please remember, we are using the directors. If you remember what is a director, this one we had been discussed in the components of the SAN, where we had used a hub, we had used the switches, and we had used the directors. So when I say a director, director is also a intelligent switch, which is having more number of the ports when compared to the switches. Okay. Purpose, here we are adding more the switches to the directors. That means I am having more number of the ports to transfer the data. With this one, what happens is the network traverses whatever it is been there, it is going to terminate or it is going to traverse from that core tier. And also the storage is usually connected to the core tier. And what are the benefits of this one? The first one is high availability of the data. Then the scalability is available. From the medium to the maximum connectivity is available for us. So that one we can check over here. You can see in this diagram, there is a server, right? We have only the switches. When we have only these switches, now you can say that as the, you can say this one as the edge tier. So switch 1, switch 2 and switch 3, and you can check that they are not being connected to one another. These are being connected to the director. When I say director, please remember it is your intelligent switch. And this director is connected to the storage array. So this is the edge tier and this is the core tier. In core tier, you are having the director as a component, and in the edge tier, you are having the switches and the host connected. The same way, if you check at the another diagram, this is the core tier. Okay, this is where you can check the another diagram where these switches are sharing the multiple directors. So this switch 1 is connected to director 1, and even the switch 2 is also connected to director 1. So you can have the multiple sharing of the switches between the various directors, and even these directors are also interlinked. You can check this one. So they are being interlinked. So moving on to the next one is, this is the compound core edge topology. Now you can check here, these are the servers where the data is being requested by the host. You are having the various switches. Please remember, the switch are not been interlinked, so you have been using the various switch to transfer the data. You can check, this is completely the core tier where these are the directors, and inter they are being linked so that the data transfer takes place from one storage array to the another storage array. Now this is, suppose this is your server, it is requesting for the data from the storage array 1. Okay, suppose this one is, this server is asking the data that is present in this particular storage array. Then what it is going to do is, it is going to get the data from this particular help of the directors, as they are been sharing these switches, right? So this is easy whenever we have been using it in the different environments, whenever you have been having the different physical locations and all. So it is easy for you to share the data. Then moving on to the next one, we have been looking, so all this one we have seen how best we can arrange the components, how best we can share the data, and we have seen that where the connectivity is being established, how the scalability can be increased. Now we'll see that the virtualization is being taking place in this storage area network. When I say virtualization, I have already said you people that the system, whenever it is very minute in terms of the devices or anything, but when you see the performance, what it is giving you is in terms of the maximum. So the logically it will be larger in size, but when I check that one, the size in physical is very smaller. So that same way here also, that same virtualization is applied to the storage area network. Whenever you are performing the operations, you assume to be that it is giving you the maximum benefits, right? That means the maximum storage is being provided, but back end process is something behind which has been taking place. And please remember, when I say the storage areas, their performance is very less, the data retrieval is not very fast. So but still this virtualization will make sure that the data is achieved at a very faster rate. Okay, so how they are doing this virtualization? The first one is, they are using this block level virtualization, where there is a virtualization layer, and they are going to create some storage pool, right? A pool in the sense, it's a combination of the various devices in that one, and they are applying this virtualization appliance. So if you want, I shall show in this diagram. Yeah, now you can check this one. This is a storage area network, that is fiber channel storage area network, and we can see that this is a server. For this particular server, it is assuming that this physical disk is only dedicated to me. If you check here, this disk is totally dedicated to me. That means you are showing in that way. So that means it is virtually appearing for that person. But if you see that for that server, that will not be dedicated. Okay, it is just you are creating a view for that person, that uh, disk is available for you people. Now you check in this storage area network, that is the fiber channel. You can check here the storage array. Here they are having n number of the disks. You can check here, there are various storage disks. Among this one, I am taking one particular disk where I am assigning the logical unit number. So all this 1, 2, 3 and 4, they are being grouped here, that is acting as your storage pool. Okay, so this server is been feeling that it is having the 4 storage areas. Along that one, it is giving these together are acting as one particular large volume, that is virtual volume, and it is appearing for this server itself. So what is happening here, if I have to say that, here I am having the two disks, right? This is disk number 2 and this is disk number 1. Together they have been appearing in this particular pool into a large quantity. So let me assume that is this is 10 MB and this is 10 MB. Together it is giving here 20 MB, and altogether this 20 MB is dedicated only for this one. And this 20 MB, it has been showing for this person that yes, the 20 MB is only reserved for you and nobody else. But in real, if you see, this will not be the picture at all, because when I say this storage pool, you can check this one, this is a pool, anyone can use these devices. But what the virtual appliance is doing is, it is pretending to be that that particular area or that particular disk is only available to them. So this is how they pretend it, they show it, but the things will be totally different. So whenever it is been storing, so now you can check here the disk number, if I say that as a 4, and this is a combination of 4 and 5, right? The data is being written later back to these logical units. So here the task is done, and when we have been having this virtualization, easy for us to install the various application, different operating systems, right? And the operations are performed at a very faster rate instead of installing the various devices. So virtualization, I can say that it is going to reduce the consumption of the hardware. Okay, on one particular hardware itself you are making to run multiple operating systems. But if you take, I want to have Ubuntu operating system, I want to have Windows operating system, and all this one on 3 different computers, then what happens? Unnecessarily the hardware, too much of hardware is waste. But if I want to have both the operating system only on one single system, then that is the virtualization, which is showing you that yes, both are acting as one particular system, so doing more number of the operations. Okay, so moving on to the next one, you can check here, using this virtualization you can share the data across the what you say, the different areas also. Now you can check this one, the area where it is having a large volume, this is the virtual appliance having the different storage arrays at different locations also, and different data centers also. Still we are able to store the data, or we are able to share the data. So this is how they are using these block level storage virtualization to transfer the data. Now you can check, so this is one particular virtualization layer from one data center to the another data center. Here you can check, this is virtualization appliance, which is being showing that yes, they have been the devices are dedicated to them, and whenever they want to share the data, they are using either the fiber channel or they are using the IP layer to transfer the data. Okay, then the last one is the virtualization SAN, where you are having a particular SAN irrespective of the what you say, the groups or the nodes, or even irrespective of the physical location you are trying to communicate. Now you can check here, this is vSAN 10 having the storage array at a different location. Here also it is at a different location, you are able to share that one. Now whenever I'm using this vSAN, it is having its different zone, name server, the configurations it is having, and the addresses are also different. So this vSAN over the block level storage virtualization, it has been providing in terms of the security, the scalability, availability, and even the manageability, right? So this is the overall the concepts of your fiber channel storage area network. So you can see that the fiber channel is having the more advantages than only with the direct attached storage. Okay, so direct attached storage was having only one storage, only one host or one server, and the data transfer was taking place, which was lacking the scalability. But when you use fiber channel, having its own architecture, what are the components being needed into that one. The storage array is been increasing, the scalability is increasing, the security is increasing. And in the next concepts we are going to study that how even the IP layer also, if you people remember, we had been said that the SAN deployments is in terms of two. One is the fiber channel and the another one is using your IP layer. So in the upcoming chapters we will see that how even IP layer is used for this storage area networks. Okay, so thank you for the day.